Today is May 13th, 2018, and I have been thinking a lot about the Gold's Gym 12-week challenge. A few of my friends at Gold's have made it to the finals and have been asked to write their essay, and it's a pretty exciting time. Um, I signed up for the 12-week challenge in January of 2016. I only signed up for it because my friend Maryville, she probably asked me 10 or 15 times to talk to this trainer, Ryan, who wanted to help me lose weight with the 12-week challenge. I'd been a member of Gold's Gym in Clifton since it opened, and I had signed up for the 12-week challenge twice before. Once on my own, and I kind of gave up after 4 weeks, and a second time I signed up, and a trainer actually told me that I wouldn't do well, that I shouldn't sign up, that she didn't think I could do well. So I didn't have a very high regard for the 12-week challenge at all. My background leading up to finally talking to Ryan was about 14 years. Yeah, that's about right. About 14 years of trying Weight Watchers 6 or 7 times. Every single diet craze you could think of, I had tried. I did the juicing, I did the vegetarian, I did something called protein power, I did Body for Life, I did all kinds of things, and basically just continued to put on about 10 pounds a year. But I finally talked to Ryan, and he was a 26-year-old trainer, pretty excited, pretty sure he could help me. And I had just come from working with the Metabolic Center, um, on the recommendation of my rheumatologist. And with the Metabolic Center, they had uh, 17, I believe, different supplements that they wanted me to take to help me, quote, lose weight. 17 supplements, about 1,000 calorie a day diet, and don't exercise. Because if you exercise, Patty, you'll be hungry and then you'll eat. So every time I went to the Metabolic Center, I said, I can't take this many supplements. I physically cannot take them. What can I not take? And each week I had a different person. Each week they said, "Oh no, you need this, and 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 you need this." And I finally got so frustrated. I was just like, it's got to be available. It has got to be available to lose weight with proper nutrition and exercise. No supplements. It's got to be available. People have been doing it since the dark ages. So when I met Ryan and sat down and talked to him, that's what I told him. I don't want to do any supplements, but I don't know that you can help me. I don't really don't believe you can help me. Like, I don't think anyone can help me. And he's like, "Oh no, I can help you." And I'm like, "No, I really don't think you can help me, but I'll appease you. Yeah, I'll sign up." I said, "If you really do want to help me, I need a lot of help. I need a lot of help." And that's how it started. We signed up January 18th, maybe, right around there. 2016, I believe I was in the third flight of 4. And when I weighed in, I was 276 pounds. That was just like crushing. It was crushing. Um, it was embarrassing to let him know, let him see that. I don't really trust very easily. I certainly didn't trust him. I certainly didn't believe he could help me. So one of the first things he had me do was keep a food diary. So that I did with my Fitbit app, and I would write everything that I ate. And every Sunday I would send that to him. And every Sunday on his own time, not Gold's Gym time, on his own time, he reviewed it, and he would give me suggestions on what might be a better choice to eat. I particularly remember I was working out with the NLP program at Gold's Gym twice a day, got a lot of gym time, a lot of exercise. I think I'd worked out about an hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning, and I had gone to McDonald's and got an egg white delight and ate that for breakfast. And then I came back in the afternoon for more workout, and I remember telling him, "Oh, I made a really good choice today. I went to McDonald's and I got an egg white delight." And he was like, "Well, why didn't you just go home and make eggs?" And I was like, "Seriously? Like, that would have been better?" And he's like, "Yeah, that would have been a lot better." So little choices like that, he kept teaching me throughout the 12 weeks. Um, and the weight started coming off. You want to talk about like mind blown? Yeah, that was me, like mind blown. And people at the gym were noticing, and I was getting a lot of compliments. Um, in the beginning, well, really since the beginning, Ryan would call me Champ. So I would leave a class and he'd go, "See you later, Champ." I had no idea he was even talking to me. Like I said, I had no self-esteem. No, I had pretty much kept my head down. And, whoever I was with at the time would go, "Patty, he's talking to you." And I'm like, "Who's talking to me?" And then I would turn around and look and he'd just smile, wave goodbye. And so that's how those 12 weeks went. Every week we saw weight loss. Sometimes literally it was maybe only a pound, but then maybe the next week it was 6 pounds. It was crazy. And halfway through, I think I told him, um, "Oh, well, I didn't eat the amount of calories you wanted me to eat because I weighed myself today and it was up a little. And so since it was up, I lowered my calories like a whole bunch. Like I had trouble eating enough." And he told me to get rid of the scale. He told my husband, "Get rid of the scale. Get the scale out of her house, and she can only weigh in with me." So I only weighed in with him once a week from about week 5 on. Um, my whole life was changing. My confidence was coming back. I blogged throughout the whole experience, but I only made that blog available to my immediate family, meaning my sisters. It was kept private. I didn't tell anyone else. And then I made it like some of you are telling me you made it. I made it to the finals, and I had to write an essay. And I know that this might sound funny to you now because you guys all know I write pretty openly and honestly now, but at the time, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't trust. I didn't trust anyone, and I like bared my soul in that essay and turned that in. And we were getting ready for a family cruise to Alaska, and I was going to miss the final ceremony when they announced the winners. But up leading to that trip to Alaska, the talk around the gym was, "Hey, I think Patty won her age division," which was the 50 to 59. And so, I was feeling pretty proud. I was pretty excited. And honestly, I had lost 33 pounds in 12 weeks, and nothing I had ever done in the last 15 years had ever come close to that. And we didn't do anything drastic. I mean, nothing. In fact, I had to eat more than I had ever eaten before, and I learned how to eat cleaner, which I can cover in another um, YouTube podcast. So I went on the cruise to Alaska, and we were at a day at sea when the award ceremony happened. And I got on my computer that night, and I could see Facebook, and everybody was posting on Facebook about how well everyone else did. The trainers at the gym were saying, "Oh, so and so and so and so and so and so, they did great. They got this place or that place." And nobody was saying what place I got. Nobody was saying if I placed. Nobody was saying anything about me. And I was just like a little concerned, and I wrote Maribel, the one that had told me to talk to Ryan, and she knew what place I had got, but she didn't really think it was her place to tell me. And so, but she did. I finally got it out of her because I couldn't even go to sleep that night. I just needed to know why no one was talking about me. She goes, "Well, I think you got second." And I was like, "Well, damn, second's pretty damn good. I'm happy with that." Well, Ryan had tried to call me, but since we were at sea, the call didn't come through. And so I didn't even know he had tried to call me. But I did write him a message before I had talked to Maribel, and I was kind of like, God, I must have done horrible if nobody is even talking about me. Like, how bad was it? And so I woke up the next morning to a message from him stating that, um, he was my trainer. He told me the truth. He said, you had been voted first by both gyms, but nationals had come in, national and corporate Gold's Gym, and they thought the second place winner was a national winner, so you got bumped down to second. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, well, I mean, I got second. We did all right. So later that day, Gold's Gym posted the winners on their website, and it said Patty Daters first place 50 to 59, Patty Daters second place 50 to 59, and I'm like, okay, Ryan probably really wasn't supposed to tell me how I placed, but I'm glad he did. But here they are putting out there that I got first and second. So I wrote the manager at our Golds, and he said, well, I'd rather talk to you in private. So I had lost more weight, more inches, and probably a little less body fat than the girl who came in second, but she looked better. She would basically sell more memberships. I mean, she looked better. And I think that's what really got to me, was like my whole life had changed in this experience, and they went for who looked better. And it even says that in the rules. It says, a huge percentage of it is the picture. You know, she had abs. I didn't have abs. I had a whole heck of a lot less stomach, but I didn't have abs yet. I tried not to let it get to me, but like I said, I was pretty vulnerable. I had opened up in that essay. I was so sorry I had ever written that essay, and I'm so sorry that I had let anyone in to my life. And Ryan and Mana, they were great. They helped me through the whole thing. They were like, let it go. In our minds, you're the winner. This was never for 12 weeks. This was for life. In fact, a year later, when it came time for the 12-week challenge, Mana was like, Patty, you just need to get over this. And I'm like, you know what? Mana's right. I need to get over this. And so I went to the gym and I said, hey, I would love to promote the 12-week challenge as far as a person who did it and then continued to lose more weight, because by then I had lost 60 pounds, and didn't quit after the 12-week challenge. And so the girl I talked to was so excited about that idea. She was like, that's great. Well, she went and talked to her manager, and then she came back and she said, oh, Patty, we can only use corporate images to promote the 12-week challenge. And really, honestly, that just crushed me again. I was like, are you serious? Do you know how many people there are like me who don't know how to get control of their weight and get control of themselves, that you could reach, that we could reach through, this, but you have to use these corporate images of these girls with abs or these guys with abs, and that's the only ones you can use. So I don't have a very good taste in my mouth for that, basically for Gold's Gym corporate, or for anyone that's what they're after, is just to show a good looking female or male, because my goal is to reach someone who looked like me and who felt hopeless like me and who didn't know how to help themselves like me. And then they got somebody, a godsend that came into their life at the right time, that basically just showed them how to eat properly, what it meant when they said don't eat processed food. What the hell is processed food? I didn't know what processed food was, so you're going to have to spell it out to me. What do you mean? And he did. He spelled it out for me. And like I said, my whole life has changed because of it. So I won't ever do another contest, but I hope to God that my blog that I've now made public will help reach the Patties of the world that want to know how to change their life, and may take them 5 or 10 years to show some abs, and that's okay. That's okay, because our whole life is different now.